we've got our first bout. It's an MMA bantamweight. Luana de Souza against Gwendoline Charbein. Our referee, Mr. Elmin Andosis, overseeing the proceedings here. So, nice cautious start. And both fighters look very capable. Good defensive position there from Charbein.
Charbein's keeping the distance very well here. Very composed, being her first outing, which is, it's good to see. But you're ready to see. I can feel that this is going to maybe just change course in one punch or one kick, and it's all going to set off.
So again, the height advantage that Charbein brings to this means she's rangier. She'd probably be able to get that jab out, and you can see that Souza just on the outside there, trying to test and feel, work her way in, firing in the low kick on that inside thigh, and that's a great target, and she's making good work of that. That's the 4th time she's hit that spot in the opening round here, and if it's going to go the distance, that's going to glow red by the time we get to the end of this round for sure.
Yeah, Charbein doing a good job just pushing forward, keeping her distance, not over committing with her punches. And keeping Souza on the back foot. But that's what I was waiting for, one of those big overhand rights. You've got to be careful, but a good counter as well by Charbein.
Oh, the counter was something else, wasn't it? It came straight out and bang. She read that overhand, just jerked the head back a little bit, just forcing Souza to miss, and then banged out the right hand. This could end with a big punch stoppage. Using the octagon well, Souza light on her toes, but then straight forward, a linear approach behind the kick and the right hand. Concentration from Charbein, throws the shots big, just a little wild, needs to focus in and get the crosshairs to work here.
A little bit of a tip for Charbein I see here is what she's doing, she's a taller opponent, but she's punching down, which leaves herself open for overhand rights and left hook. She needs to change her level a little bit and punch on the same level. That's where her range will come into play without leaving herself exposed for these overhand looping shots.
Look at that straight away. Souza now goes for a double leg, doesn't quite pull it off, bulls up Charbein onto the wire.
Yeah, she's pressing up against the cage here now. She shot him good. It was good timing. Got underneath Charbein, who was standing very tall. But to no avail. Charbein does a good job of defending now. Goes back to controlling the center of the octagon.
Very well defended there by Charbein, kept composed, and actually that's a handful to deal with. Souza coming in like that, with that power, that amount of strength available to her. Just mistimed it, but she's testing, and at the moment, Charbein is the one that's having to counter and think what's coming next, as opposed to the one who's maybe directing proceedings.
Yeah, I can see this one. It's all about inches, like Souza's not getting her distance just right, but there she did there. That's what she needs. She needs to get on the inside to make these shots land. She's been missing by inches and inches, where I think Charbein is controlling the distance a little bit better. Not a bad shot there. Should have set up a little bit more, but now she used that to get close, to close the distance.
So coming in behind the takedown, but she's being punished on the way in. She's taken 2 shots. She took a decent left hand, a couple of shots back, and then she takes another one to the temple there. And the composure that we're seeing from Charbein is actually commendable, quite remarkable. She's very focused, very calculating. She's allowing Souza to come in, to make the mistakes, working the counter, and then taking advantage. And look at those straight punches. I mean, they're like pistons.
Yeah, well, isn't that? Souza also is going just wiling in for trying to get a takedown, trying to close distance, not using any punches. Also, Charbein is going back in a straight line. I would like to see us use a bit more angles. If you keep going straight back in a straight line, you can get pressed up against the cage, which we saw early on in this round. It's a very close round. Now we're approaching the last minute. I believe that Charbein is controlling the action. But this round, could change. Whoever finishes harder in the last 45 seconds.
Yeah, you're right. She reversed the dynamic, didn't she, Charbein? She looked very, very defensive, and it was Souza that was giving us the feeling of confidence, presence, and experience. But very, very good control from Charbein, because she's just tipped the scales in her favour. Very difficult to score at this stage. I mean, obviously Souza's had 2 attempts at takedowns, and she's been the one that's been the aggressor here. So I don't know how the judges will see it.
Yeah, I'll actually say Charbein. Oh, there's some, exactly. Souza needs to get on the inside and stay there. What she's doing, she's getting in, throwing a few shots, and then going back out. She needs to stay in the pocket.
So we've had the 10-second clapper now. Close of the first round of our first bout here at Phoenix 6. There's the bell. Luana Souza fighting out of the red corner with red tape. And Gwendoline Charbein fighting out of the blue corner with blue tape.
I've been very, very impressed with Gwendoline Charbein. You know, obviously she's making an MMA debut, but you can see that she's had a lot of experience maybe in other aspects, or a lot of gym experience. She's, you know, seems very composed out there, not rushing things, taking her time, trying to control the distance, you know.
So that calculating and precise approach seems to be playing out for the taller fighter here. But the Brazilian, she's obviously got a lot of skill. Be interesting to see if she can bring a little bit of flair to this. We saw the possibility of some big, heavy hand shots in the first round. All to play for going into 2. No one's gone to the mat yet. It's still been very much in the stand-up position as we go to 2.
Yeah, for me, Souza's like throwing the heavier shots, but she's just missing. So it may be a case of just making a few adjustments, getting on the inside and closing that distance a little bit more so those heavy shots land.
2 of a schedule 3. Charbein not in a hurry to get involved. Feeling good after that first round. Knows she has to make Souza do the work. Souza, she's not rushing to the task either. Peppering that low kick. And you can see the Muay Thai background coming into play here.
Yeah, Charbein, like I said in the first round, now yet again she's controlling the center. You know, what she's trying to do is make Souza miss some shots and get some counter strikes in. So it's good forward pressure here, but she's got to be careful not to walk onto a big shot or get overzealous with a punch to get taken down. But she's doing a good job of controlling this distance.
She now replies with the leg. Goes for the kick, but look at the takedown there, like lightning from Souza. Doesn't pull it off again. I mean, you can only go to the well so many times. She goes for the shoot, doesn't pull it off, but now she's on the inside and she's staying there, Brad.
Yeah, no, she needs to close this distance, but she is now. She's pressing up against the cage. She needs to really try and get a takedown here, you know, to obviously make this work, because more time she fails, and more confidence Charbein is going to have, you know, and also more energy that Souza's using.
Well, Charbein has the height for that spread to keep her upright, using the wire as well. She's really, really defended that brilliantly. And Souza now desperate to try and get some purchase and to make something of this. Doesn't want to come back on the outside again. But look at Charbein, fires back with the left and the right. Now it's a gunfight going on here.
Yeah, she's doing the right thing now. She knows that Souza used a lot of energy with that takedown, and she wanted to go back and try and get a bit of breath.
But there's the takedown now. Souza has what she wants. The leg came behind, took out Charbein, but Charbein defends it and stands.
Yeah, she used a great job using that cage to get back up, so she couldn't control this takedown. A lot of energy being expended in the second round.
Well, this is a very, very high level, high quality outing, Brad, for somebody making their pro debut. And she tries to return the compliment with the leg behind for a trip against Souza. Doesn't quite pull it off. Back to square one here. But Souza, well, she's the aggressor, so I don't know how the judges are going to see this.
Yeah, she's had a few takedowns attempts and not really paid off. Charbein's looking really good defending, but then now I can see heavy breaths coming in from Souza. This could definitely be a key factor coming into the third round. But it's still 2 minutes of this round, so I think Charbein needs to keep the pace up.
There's a little bit of a glow of red on that left lead leg from Charbein, and maybe that's a strategy that Souza might want to follow through here. She's throwing the hands, she's punching up, trying to land the shots, but, well, you know what they say, take the legs away, nothing else can work, and that's glowing red on the inside thigh there. That could be an advantage. For the outside low kick.
She has landed a few inside low kicks now. She's been using the outside very well, but with doing so, she's not setting them up, so sometimes she's getting countered with some straight shots by Charbein.
Just can't make it work, can she, Souza? As soon as she gets in on the inside, it's the straight shots, and the big right goes, and twice it lands, and the second one was meaningful.
Yeah, now Charbein's seen Souza's kind of fading a little bit, and will start stalking and walking her down.
Very collected for somebody making their pro debut, Charbein. She really is thoughtful and very precise in her work here. Nothing ragged about these performances at all. Luana Souza starting to blow, gets caught with the low kick herself there. And just a little bit ragged around the edges in terms of the defense, Luana Souza.
Yeah, Charbein's, like I said, from the get-go, she's used that distance very well. And what she's doing is she's controlling the pace of the fight. She's fighting when she wants to fight, and Souza's countering and fighting when you don't want to fight. And when you're not controlling the action, sometimes it can really fatigue you.
Well, she's throwing big shots here. They're not landing, but she's at such range that Souza can't advantage herself by the misses because she's too far away. And desperate to get this takedown, takes 2 shots going in and still cannot get Charbein to the mat, but she does now.
Yeah, very persistent with that, managed to get in quite deep. But then it was good hits by Charbein, but then Souza managed to get like an outside trip to get Charbein down to the canvas. Bit of a bloody nose here by Souza as well.
So maybe paid too much of a price to get Charbein to the canvas. But, well, determined in terms of scoring, very difficult. It is for me. I would say that the aggressor, Souza, probably did more in that round with the successful takedown and the persistence. Maybe one apiece, Brad?
I'm going to probably disagree with that. I think Charbein's kind of now walking away with this a little bit. I gave her that round even more clearly. Just for good she was actually, I believe she's the aggressor. She's the one keeping Souza on the back foot towards the edge of the cage and hitting her with some really good shots. You know, Charbein, which is forcing Souza to take her down, you know, because she don't want to stand up there with her. You see her now with a bloody nose. And also she's been a little bit, I can see like she's used so much energy trying to get these takedowns, she's getting a little bit more fatigued. So this is going to be interesting third round. But I see Charbein going into this one ahead.
Well, desperate times, I think, in the corner of Luana Souza. None of the strategies have worked. I personally think somebody with a Muay Thai background should have kept peppering that left lead leg, hitting and running, trying to take the steam out of Charbein. But we are where we are. So, third and final round in this first bout here at Phoenix 6 in Abu Dhabi. From Brazil, Luana Souza with the red tape. From Belgium, Gwendoline Charbein as they dance for the final 5 minutes.
Yeah, obviously they've got instructions by their corners. I would like Souza now to be honest, to be a bit more aggressive. When you're a smaller guy, you need to get inside of the range. When you're on the outside, you're letting the person with a longer range to dictate the pace. Now she needs to get on the inside, and then when she is on the inside, her takedowns will be better as well. At the moment she's shooting from the outside, it's very obvious to see the takedowns, and she's not getting them.
Well, the confidence of Charbein has grown every round. Coming into this third now, she really is emphatically driving home the point. Luana Souza on the back foot. She's tried to use the ring well, but now this is escapology that we're seeing here rather than using the ring to advantage.
Yeah, Souza's definitely not out of this fight at all. She's throwing some big heat, but like I say, I keep seeing her going on the back foot. She needs to try and go forward on the inside. But she's definitely there. She's throwing a lot of power in those shots, and one of those could change the course of this fight easily.
Wow, first bout of the night.
Nice.
And it looks like it's going to go the distance unless something dramatic happens. And I think Gwendoline Charbein trying to make that happen. Big right hand lands there. She's searching, just off target, really throwing them out here. And Luana Souza doing everything she can to keep out of the way.
Yeah, Souza had a little stumble against the cage, and I think Charbein thought that she was hurt and went stalking, you know, trying to put her out. But there's actually a stumble on the cage. Yeah, again, you see Charbein just walking down her opponent, not really any respect for the power of Souza, but she has to be careful because she does throw really hard.
These are heavy hands we're seeing from the Belgian. Charbein really trying to get the crosshairs right. I get the feeling and strongly suspect that if she does connect with one of those shots, well, that will be the finish. But closing down the ring now and really headhunting. Luana Souza needs to have a care with 2.5 minutes left in this round to go.
Yeah, we're halfway through the last round.
It's tagged with a lazy left.
I'm impressed with the conditioning of Charbein. She doesn't look to like to slow down all throughout this fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Top fitness level. Misses with that right hand there, and that could have caused all kinds of problems. But Souza can't take advantage, can't make the takedown work. She goes again, hangs onto the left leg, still can't make it work. And just look at Charbein now, really grinding her up against the wire, just can't get in.
Yeah, Souza needs to try and change this now. She's up against the cage. She needs to get down and start attacking the legs to help with the takedown. At the moment, she's standing way too high. She needs to try and get low, get her hands locked to get this fight to the canvas.
Just under 2 minutes left now. And, well, the fatigue's starting to really tell on Luana Souza. She goes for the shoot again. Can she make it count? And she does. So this is where this all might change.
Yeah, again, the same takedown she used in round 2, where she gets in quite deep and then she uses that outside trip. But obviously now you see Charbein using that cage very well to get back up. You know, Souza needs to try and take her off the cage, get her back flat. But at the moment, she's taking a lot of damage trying to secure this takedown.
Absolutely, that right hand of Charbein banging in hammer fists on the side of the head, but she's determined, Souza. And look at her now, driving forward and keeping that right leg locked in so that Charbein cannot get to the upright. She's got the time with just under a minute left in this third and final round.
Yeah, let's see if she can maybe get round to the back here. She's got one hook if she chooses to use it and then goes round to the back. Maybe we can see the change the course of this fight. She maybe could get her out there with a submission. There's the back, like I say. One hook in. Good, and I should have thought we could possibly get an arm triangle, but the cage is in the way. We're going to make that a bit hard. 30 seconds, the time might run out for her.
So up against the clock, and the rangy Belgian. Oh, and just if this had happened a little earlier, but it's ground and pound time, because now on top, can Souza fire in the shot? And Charbein desperately trying to escape from that, and a great bit of escapology, but she's given up, well, not much.
Not much, no, she's turned around, it was good reversal. She wants to end the round on top for the judges, but you know, that last round was Souza's best round by far. What a fight, but start the night off.
Well, that was a great performance from both fighters. I have to say, highly impressive from Gwendoline Charbein.
Yes,
making her pro debut.
Exactly, yeah, very impressed.
But, well, 11 out of 10 for Souza to stay with it. Just couldn't manage it within the time frame. Well, you seem pretty convinced that Charbein had dominated throughout most. Strong round in the third for Souza.
I won't say it's so much dominated. It was a very close fight. I just gave her the edge on a few things, but you know, it was very interesting, especially that last round. It shows Souza has a lot of heart, you know, no quitting her, and that was her best round. And towards the end, you know, if you had another minute, could have been a different story.
Of course. So, tense moments now while we wait for the decision. Well, crowd shouting for the Brazilian. Support in tonight. Still waiting for the judges' scorecards. It might be tighter than we think. I mean, if we give first round to Charbein, Third round to Souza. Maybe we could have a closer finish than we thought.
Yeah, I'm not a judge, and I'm thank God for that.
Well, Brad, you were right all the way. Charbein did it.
Well, so she could definitely help hold her head high. She looked very strong towards the end of that round, the third round.